and their parents about the dangers associated with their smartphones.
So there are new apps coming out all the time, and there are continuing concerns about sexting, which can leave teenagers and preteens vulnerable to abuse. Here to tell us more about really what to be wary of, what to be concerned about is Dana Miller, who's a special agent with the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force here with the Department of Justice. Good to see you again.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
So this is, and you and I have had this conversation before, this is terrifying to me as a parent. The sexting thing, I mean, we talk about it all the time, and yet it's still happening. What are you seeing right now in terms of, I mean, it's getting younger and younger.
It is. We're really seeing a lot of this in middle school ages, and so we're saying if you're waiting until high school to talk to your kids about sexting, you're probably waiting too long. We recommend really starting as soon as you're giving them text. So if they're having a tablet or something in grade school, talk to them about easy, simple things, not oversharing, inappropriate content, that kind of thing, and then let it progress from there. Last year, for instance, over a third of our tips that came in from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children involved sexting with minors. So either being requested from them, opting to send that, sending it back and forth, that type of thing. So it's a really big issue.
I think one of the scarier things, and I'm not a parent quite yet, but in thinking about how quickly this world evolves and changes, I mean, how are you, and let alone parents, even supposed to keep up with everything out there and what's going on?
It's really hard, and we do a lot of internet safety talks with parents and community members. One of the things that I really focus on is the fact that apps are always going to change, and as soon as we know about the apps that kids are really using quite frequently, they're probably going to be switching to something new. And so what we recommend is just knowing kind of what the functionalities, what the popular things that apps can do are, such as right now live streaming is a really popular thing.
Sure.
And then doing some simple action items like setting up parental approvals so that when your child wants to download something, you get a request on that. You can do a little bit of research on what that app might involve and talk to them about the safety aspects of that.
So much of this comes down to choice, though, on the part of the young person, making the right choice right off the bat. And that right choice in terms of what they decide to share, they don't always see that right off the bat, do they?
No, and it's really important that we have these common online safety discussions with our kids. You know, we're used to asking them how the school day went, what's going on in class or in sports, and we really need to involve an online component to that too, because that's a really big part of their everyday lives. And so if we're talking about that sort of thing and we're prepping them for, if somebody requests this of you, if somebody says this, what are you going to do? Then they're more prepared for, if it happens, how to respond in the moment.
It just shouldn't be sharing
Right.
intimate.
No, nobody should, right?
It's permanent.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the thing that most kids don't necessarily understand. There's a permanency associated with that.
And I think that at that age, there's a mentality that they just don't care. They're okay with it. And they don't understand that maybe in the future they won't be okay with that being out there. So it's kind of getting that idea across that it might not stay in just those individuals' hands. It might get spread. It might get used for other icky purposes by other people. And yeah,
start these conversations early and often, it sounds like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Dana Miller with the Task Force for Internet Crimes Against Children here in the state. Thank you so much for waking up with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, that too.
Thank you.
6:20 right now, and Madison's electricity providers is reminding people that they will not call and will not threaten you to turn off your power if they don't get paid within the hour.
We're going to have more on that warning. Plus, Dane County is getting ready to spend a lot of money to make sure businesses know about a new nonstop option, the first from Madison to the West Coast. The news back in the morning on News 3 this morning.